So I created my passion, right? So basically, you need to, what, as they say, if you don't like the job, love the job. That is what I did, right? COVID-19 has opened the eyes for all Singaporeans like us, right? I think we never thought this will affect us. We have a good infrastructure, good governance, good government, everything is there. My name is KG Balaji. I'm the Cluster Head of Operational Resilience. Early 90s, computer was the hot topic, and I grew up in India. So Indians are the computer genius. So that is how I moved from electronics and communication engineering. Then I worked in the automobile industry as an internship, then into the technology field. So that's how the whole thing drifted into the technology field. So I created my passion, right? So basically, you need to, what, as they say, if you don't like the job, love the job. That is what I did, right? So since I had the option to work in the technology, I started liking the job. So that is why I was able to grow in my career within that particular field. The COVID one was a very challenging one for me because I think it just, if you recollect, it just happened during Chinese New Year Eve. So we need to send out notification to 10,000 plus staff to say that, okay, come Monday, you may not be able to come to work. So that was a very challenging stuff because we need to do within a short span of time, and we didn't know how it is going to blow up because we were living in the unknown. So it was just picking up and we don't know how fast it's going to spread. So that was quite a challenging situation for me. So I would say, I think the mindset of Singaporeans have changed drastically post-COVID. The worst experience was, I came to Singapore in 1998. I was 27 years old, right? So I was thrown into one of the foreign banks trading floor. So I had no experience of the trading floor, and I was given an opportunity to support the trading floor. So it so happened like I used to start at 7 a.m. in the morning, and it's just like crazy, right? There's a bunch of people shouting in the trading floor, making trades, and I was absolutely young and I had no experience. I was just learning things on the ground. So one day when I landed up at 7 a.m., none of the systems were working. So then we investigated and we went to the server room, and it was all waterlogged. Totally water, right? Then the senior guys came and said, what's happening? So I had to pull up our sleeves, and the whole team went there. We had to use the sponge to take out the water. So within 1 hour, you won't believe it, within 1 hour, we were able to restore the whole system. When I was able to manage that particular tension where every business is calling and every 15 minutes they want updates, that's the classic way to manage a crisis. That was a real crisis where if you don't bring up the systems, it'll be a regulatory impact, reputational impact, and your job is on the line, right? You get fired. I would say it made me more resilient. So I know how to manage that. It's just, as you said, as you face adversities, your resilience grows. So that, I would say, it would be the first step for me facing such a crisis. So which means I've grown over a period of time. So the key thing is, right, you need to be open for any opportunity. Sometimes someone will ask you, are you interested in that? You need to explore it, right? Just don't let it go, right? You think at the pros and cons, how it's going to build your career over a long period of time. So that is what I did in my career. When I moved into different roles, people were thinking, how come you have a good role? How come you want to shift? You've been there for 5 years and you know what is happening on the ground, you're in the comfort zone. So when you go to a new field, it's always a learning. Learning is a lifelong journey. So you learn new things. So end of the day, when you're end of your career, you will know a whole broad perspective of things. So it's not something you need to be a specialist. And more important now, I think most of the industries are looking at generalists, not as specialists. So you can specialize in one area, over a period of time, move to become a generalist. So that will help when you move into the C-suite category. So which means you can look at an overall broad perspective of the organization and make the right decision for the organization.